In this episode, wow, Bitcoin is in a slightly bigger triangle than some people were originally anticipating, and we're going to show you when the most likely breakout of that triangle would be, and the price target of that triangle if it does in fact break to the upside. The results are in partly cloudy with a chance of pumpage. Guys, as we mentioned over 2 weeks ago back here on October 10th, that after we got this cross, we've gotten at least a 30% pump each and every single time since then, and so far we've actually pumped roughly 22%, guys. So can we expect this to continue as it has the last 3 other times we've gotten this cross, and what would the target be if we did get that full breakout target to the upside? Wow. Additionally, we talked about this 2-month symmetrical triangle here before it broke out, and in fact we've gotten a nice breakout here, but for this, the target is actually still substantially higher than we are now. And only a few hours to go until we get our weekly close. Where must we get this close to be insanely bullish over the next week? Let's dump on in. Welcome back, you dirty dumpers. We have so much to be dumping into in this webisode, guys. It's a very big day, and we're trading sideways a little bit. But we're going to go over exactly what I think is going on these charts right now and some of these shorter time frames like the 1 and the 4 hour. And as well, we're going to be dumping into the weekly and the daily charts and giving you an update that you definitely do not want to miss. Fiddles and diddles. So guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications so you get crucial, time-sensitive, absolutely insane updates like what you're getting right now. And as well, guys, we actually got really close to our goal, but we're going to be doing the giveaway anyway, even though we didn't hit that goal. But as well, as always, if you want to enter for these giveaways, make sure to leave a comment below and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And as well, guys, make sure to check out T4, a free trading tutorial here under preview. Wow, so starting on the weekly chart, guys, this is absolutely insane. Anything above 12K will be the highest weekly close that we've had for Bitcoin since, well, basically the last 3 years. So as long as we don't dump about $1,000 in the next like 4 hours, then we're absolutely good to go, and we're bullish no matter what. Currently, we're actually above 13,000. But as long as we're even above 12,000 within the next few hours when we get that weekly close, then that is absolutely beautiful. So another thing I want to get into before we get into the Bitcoin chart specifically is what we talked about yesterday, the entire cryptocurrency market cap. Guys, it is just on the verge of absolutely exploding. And the last 2 times that it's come up to this area, after it got rejected right under 400 billion, it's come back down to the bottom of this 2-year ascending triangle. So this is our 3rd attempt, okay? We had 1 right here, and then we had kind of like a double top right here, but basically 1 full attempt there. And we're here again, guys. Is this going to be finally it? And I think that the case for that being finally the situation where we do initiate Mega Blast Off Moon Boosters, that is 100% very realistic in my opinion, guys. And as well, before we get into that TA, I see a lot of people actually subscribing to the fact that we might not even break 14,000 US dollars until 2021. I mean, again, everything's always a possibility, so I'm not going to sit here and say that that's completely impossible. But I do also tend to think that people underestimate bullishness, just like people underestimated bearishness back in 2018 and 2019, myself included. I was less experienced back then, and I underestimated that bear market. But guys, I think it is time to switch our turbo boosters, and it might be time to maybe stop underestimating. My point is, I think it's very likely that we could be breaking 14K before 2021. That is not that big of a statement. That's not crazy for most of you, but there are some people out there that think that that is absolutely bananas. And guys, wow, the full breakout of this 2-month symmetrical triangle that we've been talking about here that began in August is actually right above 14,000, right about 14.1. So 14,100 is the full breakout of this. But obviously, we basically went straight up until where we came into that resistance, which is exactly where the previous high was. Basically our highest swing high on this chart that isn't 20,000 US dollars, right? So, I mean, that's a big reason. So again, this is going to be the last significant resistance. So it is likely that this continues to trade sideways for a little bit. But if we switch to this 1-hour chart, a lot of people had a symmetrical triangle drawn. I actually had a ascending triangle, this smaller one right here. But actually, I think it makes more sense if we just extend this out. And again, premature pumpulations like we saw last night happen very often. And in the last few months, they have happened over and over again. Even just going on to this chart, right? This symmetrical triangle, this is a massive premature pumpulation. About $700 out of this triangle before re-entering it. It was just too early, right? And now if we switch back to the chart that we're looking at now in the hourly, we're very close. We're about almost halfway now within this triangle, or we are about halfway. But I think that the time frame of when this is actually going to break out is between the 26th and the 28th. I think it's going to fall within these 2 days, because keep in mind this is on the hourly chart, so this looks like a big pattern, but really the end of this triangle is only 5 days from now. So this entire thing, everything I have circled is only an 8-day time period. So 4 days max, 4 or 5 days max before But I think we'll actually see the breakout sometime between 26th and 28th. And in my opinion, just based on fundamentally looking at the markets and living through them week to week, I think it's actually more likely to be Monday or Tuesday. Monday or Tuesdays have been massive, massive pump days. And if we're going to get a move, I think it'll be pretty much immediately. So tomorrow or Tuesday. And as well, guys, we actually talked about this back at the beginning of October about this 21 crossing above the 50-day initiating a massive pump, because we have these circled here. Every time we've gotten these crosses, we've gotten significant pumps as high as 50% from the two moving average crosses and as low as 30%. And currently, I believe it's about 22% from this. It's about 22, almost 23% is what we've pumped so far. So a 30% pump at minimum would actually put us right at about 14,100, which is exactly what this breakout is right here, 14,100. I don't have to tell you guys why 14,100 is critical, other than the fact that that actually absolutely shatters our previous high and our biggest resistance that even remains on this chart. So absolutely critical. This has played out perfectly so far. Both this chart and this chart are things we've been talking about for a few weeks now. And on these smaller time frames, I think this is extremely likely that we'll see a move here in the short term. Ultimately, I think 2020 still has a lot of juice left in it. I do not think the party is over just yet. I want to take a look at Ethereum really quick as well, because when we take a look at this entire cryptocurrency market cap, obviously, that includes everything, including Bitcoin and every other coin. So I want to look at Ethereum because that's the number 2 coin here. And Ethereum to break out, 420 is like the big target there, 420 blaze it. As soon as Ethereum breaks 420, I think we could initiate more of an upside move. But we did actually break that recently back here on September 1st, and we kind of just got immediately pulled back down and traded within this area here. So really breaking 420 and holding it for a few days for support first is absolutely key. And with that being said, if Bitcoin and Ethereum both just have some sustainable sideways trading and then a further even like 5% max move to the upside, guys, this chart would look beautiful and we would get some very nice continuation, some follow through, and we'd most likely see a lot of these altcoins continue to rise and the entire crypto space absolutely set off for maximum blast off. All right, so let's pick the Schweener for the Schwebisode. It looks like we have 328 comments, and let's see who the lucky winner is. Just make sure to shoot me an email within 24 hours and we'll get you one of those 3 prizes there. Nicholas DG, thank you. Great video. Nicholas, make sure to shoot me an email, TylerSCrypto@protonmail.com. Anybody that has any questions on trading or anything like that, make sure to also shoot me an email on TylerSCrypto@protonmail.com. If you had trouble with your bonuses or anything like that, shoot me an email there and I'll get in touch with you. But as well, 6 days left to get an extra up to $390 to trade with on Bybit. All you have to do is create a new account. And as well, if you have any questions, shoot me an email linked in my description below. Guys, only for people that have experience trading and only people that also want to support the channel.